Welcome back. We've now had our change of innings break. Everyone has gone over to the club rooms at Coventry Oval to have their snacks. The umpire is wandering onto the field, and slowly but surely the Epping fielders are doing the same. Everyone doing their stretches, everyone putting their pads on. Everything is coming towards a resumption of play very shortly. So it's only going to be a matter of just a few seconds before play gets underway and we start seeing the beginning of the Diamond Creek innings. Alright. The Epping fielders are now wandering on to the field. And here come the two batsmen for Diamond Creek. And there seems to be a bit of a changing in the batting order. We've got a new opener to come out. So, it's such a large score that Diamond Creek will have to chase down. It's going to take a momentous batting innings. Alright, let's take a break. Now when we come back, we've got ball one. Okay, so here we go. The first over of the Diamond Creek response. We can now begin. $157 runs to win. Here we go. Two slips, gully, cover point, extra cover, mid off, mid on, square leg, fine leg. Ball one, here we go. And left alone, short wide, left alone, dot ball. So, what was interesting about what we saw in the Epping innings is that there were plenty of times when the ball just stopped because of the infield and it didn't actually go as far and it was just cut off easily. Comes into bowl and left alone again. So that meant that maybe as many as 10 or 15 runs weren't scored because the ball didn't travel far enough and the fielder could easily pick it up, because the ball basically just stopped in the grass without the fielder even needing to actually touch it. The fielder just had to pick up the ball from the ground when it was stationary. So in that sense, you would say that a score like this is just gigantic. Comes into bowl. And left it going again. But you have to keep in mind that a lot of the batting from Epping was really playing well in the ground of Marngrook. Lots of boundaries were hit straight or to the long on, long off, third man, fine leg regions. Mostly to the short boundaries, so they were able to target them fairly well. Comes into bowl and pulled! And it goes down into the deep. The fine leg fielder is running around. And that's 4 runs. What a start. Great work there. Happy to leave the first 4 alone. First 3 alone. Wait for the one that you felt comfortable with, and then playing a powerful pull shot to the deep backward square region. Whoa! Well. We heard the noise, What was it? Did it flick the top of his pad? Or did it flick the bottom of his bat as he was swinging to leave it alone? Controversy in the first over. Comes into bowl. And again, leaves with the exact same technique. It's none for 4. Here we go. Coming into bowl from the childcare centre end. Left arm bowler, it appears. Here we go. Oh, in swinger, towards leg stump, defended. So, for this bowler, 2 slips, gully, point, cover, straight mid-off, mid-on, square leg, fine leg. So the gaps are at backward point, mid-wicket, and cover point. Comes into bowl, and leaves it alone outside the off stump. So the thing that Diamond Creek should keep in mind is that all of Epping's runs were scored in the second half. They were going at just 3 runs per over up to the drinks break, and they had 4 wickets down, and yet with only 6 wickets in hand they were able to score at nearly 5 runs and over in the second half. Comes into bowl. So with that knowledge, you'd have to think, seeing off the first session going at 2, 2.5, 3 runs per over will be a sufficient platform from which a run chase can come about. Comes into bowl. And forward defensive, bat and pad coming together. Dot ball. Comes into bowl. Ball did not swing back in enough to the right-hander, which meant even though it hit the pad, there was no chance of it hitting the stumps. But it gets something into the umpire's eye. You know, how much is the ball swinging back from outside the off stump in towards the stumps? He's got to keep an eye on it, because there might be an LBW shout soon. He's got to figure out whether or not it would be out. Comes into bowl. And tries to play it onto the leg side, but just a dot ball, so a maiden. It's still 4 for no loss. Third over. Comes into bowl and levels alone. So early on in the innings, it's perfectly safe to wait for the bad ball. You don't need to make anything out of it, just leave the balls that you want to leave. Comes into bowl and defends off the front foot. Comes into bowl. Oh! Extra bounce. That ball was short of a length. Extra bounce, and the keeper took it around his shoulder height. So once again, you put a bit of muscle, put a bit of energy into the pitch, and it will reward you with extra bounce, especially when it's short of a length. And convenient that short of a length is also the hardest to score boundaries from. Comes into bowl. And that one was more of a half volley, left alone. Big gap at cover now. There's a comes into bowl and pulls it, and it goes down to the fine leg region. One run there. Just the one ball to come in this over. There's still a gap in the cover region if he wants to play a cover drive. Comes into bowl and plays it off the back foot to the gully. It's 5 for no loss. So comes into bowl and leaves it alone outside the off stump. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone again outside the off stump. Devine is quite happy to leave the balls alone when they're outside the off stump. He's a very strong bottom hand player, so he will prefer the on drive, the pull shot, the leg glance. Comes into bowl and pulls it, and it's over the head of the slips, and it goes down to the third man region, and it's 4. Fluky, lucky, 4 runs there to Devine. So he's gotten away. He's still scored all of the runs for Diamond Creek. 2 pull shots have brought him 2 boundaries. And of course, the boundaries are straight of the wicket. Well, one of them is. The other one was down to long leg. Oh, hits him in the torso. Hits him in the lower torso region near the thigh pad. So the gaps are at cover, backward point, mid wicket, long on, and if you're really fancy, third man, but that's normally the case anyway. So comes into bowl and down. No, that did not sound like the bat, that sounded like the pads. Last ball of the over, comes into bowl and down the leg side and a wide. So I think Diamond Creek should be very pleased with what they've done so far. When you're chasing such a large total, the chances of falling under the pressure and just playing a dumb slog shot and losing lots of wickets is always there. And clearly these two are trying to bat long. It's 10 for no loss. Merritt to face. And smothers the half volley for a dot ball. We've now had, this is the 5th over. So going at 2.5 runs per over, Diamond Creek. Comes into bowl. And, ooh, thinks about cutting it. So far, so this is the 5th over, so we've had 4 overs and now this is the 5th one. In all of the overs, the first 2 balls of the over have always been dots. The events have occurred in the last 4 balls of each of the overs. Comes into bowl. Pulls it! Down to fine leg for 1 run there. Divine on strike now. And leaves it alone. The questions for the Epping captain, Simon Reed, will be how much do you want to get wickets with the new ball? How much do you want to get wickets through outsmarting the batsman? How much do you want to get through getting the required run rate up? Comes into bowl and blocks it, and it's an outside edge, and it's going down to the 3rd man region. The second slip fielder has to pick it up, and there's an issue about the second run, and there's no second run, and luckily there was a decision. So just the 1 run there to Divine, and Merritt having to duck under to not get hit in the head with the ball. Epping are sticking to the same field with that huge gap in the extra cover region. Just wanted to play a cover drive, surely that's the temptation. And driven through the gap, and the fielder has to pick it up, and it's just the 1 run there. The grass slows it down, and you can't score anything more from that. It's 13 for no loss. Merritt on strike and driven to mid-off. And it looks like his bat is broken. Comes into bowl. Leaves it alone. Comes into bowl. Oh, Yorker chops it down. The ball there. into bowl. And defends. Mostly with pad. Comes into bowl. And left alone. Comes into bowl. And in left alone again, so a maiden. It's still 13 for no loss. Comes into bowl and leg lances it, and no run there. Thought about it, but just could not get enough bat onto it, and the fielder at the short-ish mid-on was able to swoop around to get it. Comes into bowl, and down the leg side, and a wide. The sun is still out, it's still very warm. Very sunny. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. That time the ball died and just barely got to the keeper. Comes into bowl, and again left alone. Divine is very happy to leave those ones outside the off stump. He's in a position to bat through this entire innings and score a big 60 or 70, which would lead Diamond Creek to victory. Both of these two are very patient, very watchful. They want to bat for a very long time in this innings and contribute to the Diamond Creek score. Comes into bowl and inside edge, and it dribbles out, and top ball there. Comes into bowl and driven back to the bowler. Comes into bowl and left alone. It's 14 for no loss. This is the 8th over. Cut through the backward point region. The point chases it down. They got one, they're going for two. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? No, they do not. They're happy with the two there. 2 runs there. Very good shot. Comes into bowl, and again played. This time fielded in the gully for a dot ball. Comes into ball and tries to leg glance it but can't do anything with it. It harmlessly dribbles to point for a dot ball. Comes into ball and tries to leg glance it again, and it harmlessly gets picked up by square leg. Comes into ball and cuts it, and fielded by the gully. Well fielded there. He's been setting up for that sort of shot when it's short of a length, the ball doesn't skid on or bounce extra, and it just sits up there, and you do have time to play the cut shot. He played the cut shot the first ball of the over, and he played at that ball. First one got 2, the one got dot ball. Leg glances it through the gap in the mid-wicket region, and the fielder at long on has to chase it down, and they get 2 there. Well played. Good batting there from Merritt, good running from those two. It's 18 for no loss. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. This is the 9th over. So we've had 8 overs, so we're coming towards the first quarter of Diamond Creek's response, and so far it has been very conservative, very watchful, very calm. Comes into bowl and driven, and gonna go for a quick single, and they make it. Very good run there by Divine. Full toss, on drive, the fielder at short mid-on couldn't only get a hand to it, and it dribbled out in the area behind the bowler, and the mid-off fielder had to run around, so Divine was watchful enough to call through for the run. Comes into bowl, and it's a full toss, and this time it is fielded by the mid-on for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and driven to mid-off. Comes into bowl and down the leg side. Two leg byes there. And left alone. It's 21 for no loss. Comes into bowl. And pulled. And it goes down into the mid-wicket region, and the fielder at mid-wicket has to chase it down. They got 2. And they're just going to get the 2. They're happy with the 2. Comes into bowl and left alone.